This is going to blow your mind. The biggest cryptocurrency market in the world, Coinbase, is doing everything it can to boost XRP Ripple. Doesn't it sound crazy? What price do they want though? You are the only one who can answer that question. Crypto experts say that the price of XRP could go up to $122,580. That's pretty cool, right? You really shouldn't miss this chance. It's possible that this is the last chance to get XRP coins for such a low price. Let's get right to the point, please. Nota bene. Lawyer John Deaton's latest analysis of Coinbase's plan to start regulated XRP futures contracts is more than just a review. It's a turning point in XRP's long and rocky relationship with US authorities. There was news that Coinbase Institutional had filed with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to approve XRP futures on its own, describing the product as a safe way to invest in one of the most valuable digital assets while using little capital. The contract for futures should go live on April 21st. But that news came after years of unclear laws, no action from the government, and a community that wouldn't back down. Deaton's answer gave us a lot of information about how we got here. In his long post, he brought up again the fact that Coinbase had already decided in January 2019 that XRP was not a security after an internal legal review. That's what some of the most experienced securities lawyers in the crypto space came to believe. Before putting the asset on the market, Coinbase met with the SEC and outlined their reasoning. They told the agency that they were going to go ahead with the listing unless the SEC said they didn't agree. The SEC never said anything though. There were no alerts or fears of punishment. In 2019, Coinbase officially added XRP to their list. Soon after, it started advertising XRP and USDC as quick and cheap ways to send money across borders. A clear nod to how useful XRP is in the real world. Then there was a twist. The Stocks and Exchange Commission (SEC) sued Ripple Labs in December 2020, saying that all XRP coins, no matter how they were bought, were unregistered stocks. Deaton said that this move was not in good faith. He said that the SEC had known for a long time about XRP's legal history, such as its settlement with FinCEN in 2015, which forced Ripple to list XRP as a convertible virtual currency. Before the deal, Ripple had to follow strict rules for years when it came to reporting and auditing. For example, they had to keep an eye on every XRP sale from 2015 to 2020, and what Deaton called a private SEC memo may be the most damning. The Howey Analysis Memo on XRP, which was written by SEC lawyers in June 2018. Deaton said that the memo did not back taking enforcement action or sending a cease and desist message. Deaton thinks that the SEC's lack of response shows that they didn't think XRP was a security back then. The SEC's early silence and its later case are very different from each other. Not only Ripple was caught off guard, so did platforms like Coinbase, which had been running because they thought the law was clear. Because of the lawsuit, the price of XRP went crazy and off of big exchanges. The neighborhood didn't give up though. More than 75,000 people who own XRP joined the case as amici curiae, and they had a big win in July 2023. A judge named Analisa Torres said that when XRP is sold on secondary markets, it is not a security. The decision was a huge win for everyone in the crypto industry, including Ripple, Coinbase, and small investors who had been left out in the cold for years. The story is now changing because Coinbase has asked the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to allow them to sell XRP futures. For Deaton, this moment means being righted. He said it was the end of a fight that had been going on for years and said, imagine the huge waste of money, resources and time, but we want the decision to go after XRP futures through the Commodity Futures Trading Commission instead of the SEC also sends a strong message. It makes XRP look like a good, not a protection. A move that could make it easier for big investors to put money in. If Coinbase wasn't sure about XRP's legal status, it wouldn't take the chance to move this product forward. Another important thing to note is that the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is keeping an eye on it. Finally, the US government is starting to treat XRP and maybe even other digital assets differently. This is the end result of a slow but steady change. Suits, delays and regulatory confusion have all been parts of XRP's story, but this move could be the start of a new phase. One where the token doesn't have to fight for legitimacy, but instead helps shape the future of crypto trading that is controlled. We won, as Deaton put it. Now that Coinbase is doubling down, the price chart could be the next place to win. But here's what everyone really wants to know. What's the next level of growth for XRP? Could Coinbase's move be the thing that sends Ripple to the moon for good? More importantly, will people who own XRP finally make huge gains that will change their lives? As it turns out, crypto researchers and lawyers have spoken, and what they say might blow your mind. So the story about XRP is changing faster than ever. If you're not paying attention, you could miss the next big change in the world of money as it happens. Even though the world seems to be going through one problem after another, loyal XRP holders have kept one thing the same: their faith. The world has fallen apart, as Monix put it so well. At least you have XRP. That thought isn't just a joke. The quiet rise in trust in the XRP community can be seen in this. Traders like Steph remind us to look past short-term noise from a technical point of view. XRP is still in a significant uptrend on the higher time frames, he tweeted. The next leg higher is just a matter of time. When in doubt, zoom out. And he's right. Zooming out reveals the larger picture. A digital asset that's battled regulatory storms, re-emerged stronger, and is now at the center of serious institutional conversations. And people are dreaming big. Very big. Crypto influencer King XRP jokingly tweeted, "President announces, market, especially US cryptos like XRP, is about to skyrocket and our nation will prosper." But with Ripple's increasing global partnerships and central banks exploring digital currencies, it doesn't sound so outlandish anymore. Even more dramatic, Ripple Pumpkin believes about 98% of the people will sell their XRP after $10 and $50. I am here to see the price above $100. That mindset echoes a growing group of long-term holders who believe XRP's utility in a fully tokenized world will push prices far beyond today's expectations. One of the boldest predictions came from Patrick Bet David, the entrepreneur worth over $350 million, who reportedly said XRP could one day reach $1,000. And then there's the wildest one of all, Crypto Geek's tweet, claiming XRP will be $10,000 in America. While that figure sounds outrageous on the surface, it mirrors a very real and complex analysis by Val Hill Capital. Val Hill's XRP collateralization model, based on the tokenization of global wealth, puts XRP's fair market value at a staggering $122,580 per token. According to their math, if the world's total wealth, estimated at $5.3 quadrillion, were to be tokenized, and XRP played a key role in collateralizing that value,